And we should be live in various places. It's Smokeout with Shelly and SJ, officially episode number 29. It's the second free episode we've ever done. The first one, of course, was the classic roast of Shelly Martinez a few months ago. We have another free episode coming next month with our screening of Home Alone. Awesome stuff. But mostly what we do is we're an interactive video show where if you subscribe on either OnlyFans or Patreon, you can come on with us, either be in the chat room, come on audio or video or both. Chill with us, ask questions, blaze with us, whatever you feel like doing. Unless you're very annoying, and then we'll make fun of you or something and just destroy your life. So don't be annoying. It's cool if you come on and join us. ShellySJSmokeout.com, the final places to subscribe. Also, our social media, we're on Instagram and Twitter. Now over 200 followers on Twitter and approaching that on Instagram and building a little following, if you will. Let me get my scroll up or my crawl for the bottom. So if you need information on the show, if you've never seen us before, this is your first exposure to us. This is pretty much what the show is, except for the excessive pizza eating that will be going on tonight with the pizza challenge. It's an idea that Shelly had a few weeks ago. And Shelly, do you have any strategy you're willing to divulge before we get started in your effort to win? By the way, I have the poll as well, so I did not do well in. 86% think Shelly is going to beat me. I got 23% on my Who is Hotter poll, so I did better then than I'm doing now. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't need you people to cheer me on. I will do it despite you. That's right. It's my fuel. Lando, one of our subscribers, is joining us on Twitch, and I can put the quotes up there. I put his comments up there as well because of StreamYard and how awesome it is. So there you go. Joining us on Twitch, Lando. Thank you, Lando. If you want, I sent you the StreamYard link if you want to come chill with us as we do this. I don't know if we need proof. By the way, the rules of the pizza challenge are simple. First one, if it gets to that, which I don't suspect it will, first one to consume an entire large pizza obviously wins. If you tap out, you lose.
Also, our social media.
Sorry. That's fine. I love hearing my voice. It's awesome. Silky smooth tones. If you tap out, you're done. And obviously, if you throw up, you're done as well. We decided on Domino's large 3-topping. I went with thin crust because it's just less overall. I have my pizza here next to me. I'll see if I can get it on camera. We have different toppings, by the way. Myself and Shelly. Here we go. We get it on camera. I have ham, pepperoni, and bacon. A lot of dead pig on this pizza. Poor piggy. That's for a good that's good cause. I don't know what. or anything, but so I can eat pizza on the air, which I don't normally do.
Okay, well, I have, let's see if I don't mess up my setup here. Careful. I have olives, mushroom, and green pepper. And because I'm Shelly and this is what I do, I have my habanero sauce here. This is one of my favorite companies, El Yucateco. I hope I'm saying it right. I've used them for years. They sent me some really fun little gifts not too long ago. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, I'm all about the hot sauce people paying attention to me. So I'm just going to, you know what? This is what I'll do because this is my tab. Let me just move let's see here. Just to show you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and throw some hot sauce on here on the whole thing. Oops. Oh, that's going to be fun. All right. That's going to be nice and spicy. So we got to make sure to tag them on the replay or whatever because I love getting love from them. But what's even better than this actual pizza challenge is I love being in theme. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and my friend said that they thought it was a good idea that I went ahead and represented all the aliens out there in this pizza challenge. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you, I had to move this shot a little bit so you see the whole effect. I give you da 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 da. Why not eat pizza and represent Pizza Port and all my alien friends out there? As you can see, my boobs do not, I repeat, do not fit this size small outfit I have on here.
Looks like a tight fit. I was going to say.
Like, Doug, take this for your side boob Sunday.
That's right. Nobody's watching. For myself, I'm repping Stoner Jesus tonight and the Stoner Jesus show. For all the many people watching, subscriber Neil has joined us in the chat
Hey, Neil.
area. We have more comments from the Twitch. Please don't die. I don't plan on it. I'll throw up long before I die. That's for sure.
It's just a large and a thin crust. This is fine.
Right.
And by the way, the reason why on the poll you lost is because my fans know that I have become a fatty bumbleaddy. I'm 20 pounds heavier than I was. And that's why they know that I'm going to win, because I'm a fatty and it's fine.
I believe that would be Big Time Brian joining us on Twitch. I'm assuming
Woo!
someone's stealing his catchphrase. Yeah, Lando said we should do more Twitch streams. Yeah, we do. We try to do these free episodes every once in a while to get people, interested in the show, people who don't subscribe or whatever, to check out what we're doing. Another Shelly fan, rooting for Shelly. More comments from Lando.
And here's for my feet people. This outfit came with these really cute fishnets.
Happy Thursday to you, Lando. Francine joining us. The My Veg catchphrase. Veg. And yes, Brian is rooting for Shelly as well. It's fine. I know everybody's against me. I don't care. Like I said, it will fuel my victory, and I can gloat. Unless, in about 30 minutes I'm throwing up, and I won't be gloating. I'll just be throwing up.
Don't throw up, because
It would suck.
I don't like when people throw up. It's not fun. It's not cool. No one should ever have to throw up. And that's just how I feel about it. So I really don't want you to throw up.
We'll see. I think I might add something to the show. This hopefully will help me to keep me from throwing up. Good old Rick. Whoops.
Oh, another thing I want to throw out there. I'm just trying to get those sponsors. We got the hot sauce, El Yucateca. They have the bomb. They even have ones that aren't habanero, that, like, if you don't like it that hot. And once again, one of my favorites, Pacific Stone, and it's forbidden fruit.
Nice. Thank you, Lando. I don't know how much of an upset it'll be. Oh. I will say one thing. If this were 20 years ago, I would have no problem destroying this large pizza. And now you think twice about it. But those days aren't these days, as they say. And bring a plate. That's annoying. Oh, well, I don't care.
Just eat out of the box.
Right.
So are we officially starting this now then?
Hell yes. I'm ready to go.
Let's do it.
9 minutes into the show, we're officially starting. And for those of you who don't like watching people eat, or don't like the fact there's going to be a lot of eating, there's going to be a lot of eating, I want to tell you.
I know. I'm one of those people. I can't stand the way, like, here's the thing. Sometimes people are like, you hate when the sounds of eating and drinking, but what about yourself? I'm like, yes. The worst thing is when I'm so irritated that when I hear myself eat, like right now, and I think it's because I'm aware because I'm on camera, so I'm trying to eat too quietly.
Not talk with our mouth full, but we're going to be doing that a lot too. Again, if you don't like that, I don't want to tell you.
It's just what's up. Hopefully we'll get some mukbang love over here.
That's it. This is pretty much what the show is, except for the pizza eating. everything else, prepping, hanging out. You want to do this each week with us. Big time, Brian. Order some food as well. That's right. Eat with us. Come on, eat with us. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you remember back in the day, there was a movie called Beyond the Mat?
I do. It sounds vaguely familiar.
It was like a documentary type of thing, the behind the scenes of the wrestling world. I haven't watched it in a really long time. We should do a watch on that.
Hell yeah.
But when I saw it, I remember it was before I gosh, what year was it? People, tell me what year it was when it came out. Because I kind of feel I was close to being in wrestling, or I just had started. I don't remember. And I remember I went to the local cinema, and there was a bunch of fans there, and it was like so awesome to me because aside from going to like the WWF fan fest and things like that, I didn't know that there was like a bunch of people, and we were all like, it was like a show. We were like cheering for people, and there's a scene where this guy is trying to get a job with WWF, and his whole thing is that he can puke on command. And so the classic thing is Vince McMahon saying, "He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke." So that's what I thought of when you said the thing about puking. I thought, "He's gonna puke."
Now, if I was going to puke, I wish I would have that soundbite.
I know.
I don't.
I wonder what Vince McMahon's up to these days.
He's looking old, but aren't we all? Lando says it's on Netflix. He hasn't seen the whole thing yet. It was 1999.
Oh, okay. So it was a year before I started wrestling, because I started wrestling in 2000. And I remember later talking about being there at that specific location in Ontario. Shout out Ontario Mills. And people that I ended up getting to know in wrestling and being friends with, they're like, "Oh my God, I was there." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how cool is it?" Like, there we were. And then now here we are, and we're wrestlers. And some of those people went off to be very famous. I was not one of them.
Until now. Look at us now. We're eating pizza on the internet.
My boobs being smashed. It's so uncomfortable. It's, you know what it makes me feel? It reminds me when I was in TNA. I don't know if you know this, Stoner Jesus, but they did this whole like reveal with my character where they had like, I was in with LAX. And you know what? Shout out LAX. Here you go. I was with LAX, and they had it to where like it seemed like this guy would come out and like help them or whatever, and that was me. So what they would do, and I remember the joke was the girl with the biggest boob company is supposed to be a guy. And then what I would do in the makeup room is I would stand there like this, and the wardrobe gal would wrap my boobs in gauze and then get tape, and I would just be like, and that's what this reminds me of. I try to stretch it out. I try to stretch it out. But it snaps right back into place. So good suit. This is a good outfit.
I have to ask, will the boob restriction hinder your pizza eating ability at all?
Never.
I will say, when you tweeted out a few days ago, you had a new outfit coming. I was hoping that you were going to show up in a big pizza costume, like just a big slice of pizza.
No.
It'll be less boob
I have my
restriction.
ways. I have my ways. Well, here's the thing. So I was doing a live stream with my secret society, and I was talking about our pizza challenge. And then, you froze on my end.
Yeah, you glitched a little bit. You're like
Hold on a second.
pixelated or whatnot.
Okay, now you're back. Am I fixed?
You're better. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. You're
Okay,
good.
good. That's all that matters in. But so I was talking with them, and I was like, dude, I really want to get a really cute outfit. And one of the things I wanted to do was there's one piece swimsuits that are really cute, and I found so many awesome ones. But damn it, it wouldn't get here in time, you know? And so I was like, oh, and it was hard to find something that I can get right away that was pizza related. So all of a sudden, this one popped up on the search, and I said, hold on here. Like, what? How do I not know this exists? Because I've been wearing little costumes for years. And the thing is Danielle and I to this day, on Toy Story, I think, was it Toy Story 2? I think it was. When the little aliens in the claw are talking, and they were like, oh, we have the Unimind, and then this little antenna kind of tinkles, and they all do it at the same time. So Danielle and I, whenever we're in sync, and we a lot of times will say the same thing at the same time in the same tone, and people trip out on us. But honestly, like, it's because we're in sync with our spirit. And that's when we know we're on the right path, when that happens. And it happens a lot. And so when that happens, we go like this. And that's because we're like saying, oh, we're unimind. So that's why, like, I've had this for so long. And when I saw that, I was telling my secret society, I was like, you guys, I have to wear this because look. And I showed them my little alien. I was like, I got to get it. And I was so excited when it came. And because I've been so busy, I didn't put it on until right before my Regal Beagle chat. And because I was like, oh, I'll wear it underneath to kind of like tease it or whatever. And that's when I was like, oh God. And I had no one to zip me up. And I was just like, I was in the bathroom going, oh, and I was trying to do it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And once I had someone help me zip it up though, that's when I was like, okay, I can deal with it. Oh, this is some boob sweat in there though. I'll tell you what.
The big time Brian's loving the outfit.
How can you not? How can you not? By the way, I'm
Right.
glad that you're feeling better.
Yeah, it's been I have rough digestion, I guess is the best way to put it. Sometimes it's worse than others, but most reason I've been smoking this mostly over 20 years. First started smoking for fun, then I realized like I get up and smoke in the morning. Hey, all of a sudden I can eat when I never could have done that before. Started me on my long road to cannabis activism.
You know, I love that because I relate so much. And I think it's so cool that the longer we do these shows, I learn more about you. And I'm like, dude, like, no wonder why we, because, like, you know what I mean? And it sucks when you have those issues because I saw a commercial not too long ago, and, or I think it was last year, and it was about some kind of like when you have GI issues, medication. And the way they put it was like it's like a woman walking, but she's in like two different sections. And then it's like when you want to go do something, but your gut says something else. And it's like, yes, that's what happens. Like you can be all gun ho, and then you wake up that day and you're like, oh, great, it's going to be one of those days. And then you have like a system of, okay, first try this, then try that. And it's just like, and when I was talking with you, and you said that like it was pretty bad or whatever, and like I was just like, dude, I get it. It sucks. Like it sucks. And I feel like people talk about different things. I feel like anxiety and depression, but I don't think a lot of people like mainstream talk a lot about like gut issues, you know? It's a big deal.
It's true. Neil in the chat area, the subscriber Neil, saying hi, Shelly. Hello, Neil. Thank you for subscribing
Hola.
and chilling.
By the way, look at how shiny my face is because of this habanero. I love it. Look at that. Yep, habanero. Yucca. It's good stuff.
Lando asking if I still do my show. Absolutely, I do it all the time. You should do a lot more. I do it on video now, so it's a lot less of the St. Pierre does video voicemails now, and I've done Black Jesus in a while. That was always fun. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, man. Come check me out. Doing all kinds of stuff. Not eating pizza. I reserve that for here, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
keep hearing somebody screaming and it's really tripping me up. I think it's a TV, but when you grow up around people scream for bad reasons. You're like, wait, dude, is everything all right?
I'm approaching halfway on the pizza as far as a status update. So far, stomach's good. Don't see any projectile vomiting in my future.
Good, good. I think getting the thin crust. At first, I was like, oh man, I was looking forward to that nice big old crust, but I'm glad that you suggested the thin crust.
It's gonna take up a lot of room. In the old belly area, Orlando's not on Twitter much these days. Cancerous. Yeah, it's way more toxic than it used to be. Twitter back in the day, 2009, 2010, was just such a fun place, but now, yeah, it sucks pretty bad. But I'm on there, even though I'm losing followers. Still have a shit ton of them, so that's where I am. That's where
Dude, last month I lost 6,000 followers.
it's crazy. I think they're like purging old accounts or something like that.
But 6,000? That's a lot.
Oh man. That was too much. So as the pizza challenge continues, see there the crawl on the bottom. If you want to join us every week, subscribe, all that stuff on OnlyFans and on Patreon.
Ooh, that hot sauce. Yes. Yes.
From time to time, Shelly will send me messages on Twitter of things she wants to try to remember to talk about on the show. And a few days ago, you sent me this Wikipedia link for this person, Mystery. I was reading the Wikipedia link, and it's all very weird stuff. But I'm assuming you have more of a connection to Mystery other than it's just some weird thing you found on the internet.
Dude, I thought you were going to bring up Angeline. I forgot about Mystery.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Angeline, too.
How can you forget about Angeline? She's awesome.
Plus Bench, Empire Building.
We'll discuss her next week. But this week, this is why I'm glad I write to you when I do. Like, I know earlier I wrote you and it was one of those real short ones, but it's because I was getting ready. So I was like, I have no time, just boom, boom, boom. But anyways, hold on, I got to get this napkin over here. And the thing is, I can't bend down because this is connected. So I got to use my feet to grab it.
Neil said in the private chat area, he said, I'm not able to leave a publicly viewable comment for some reason. That's because subscribers who join us here on StreamYard, you end up in the private chat section, like the more exclusive section, I guess you would say. The public comments are for people watching on either YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. At StonerJesus420 on Twitter. Shelly's obviously retweeted it on Twitter as well. StonerJesus420 Twitch on Twitch, and YouTube is the StonerJesus420. I know they're all different names. It's all very annoying. It's a very annoying career, but here I am trying to right the ship, if you will. But that's why, Neil. Anything you write in the private chat, only us will see. Only we will see.
So real quick, I am right there with you on that because I try to be like, I really would like for all of my stuff to kind of like match up, you know, but from like Instagram taking my thing away and then Snapchat taking my thing away. And then there's like a lot of, oops, I dropped it. Man, I hope Minnie doesn't find that. I try to like make it match, but then I can't, or like other people, like even on Twitter, I used to be Funtime Shelly forever. Man, somebody else has it, and it's like, damn it. And then same thing with Instagram. It's like, damn it, that was mine. So, and it's not people that are like other Shellys that are doing that. I would almost be okay with it. It's people that post pictures of me. So it's like, let me have Funtime Shelly back, bitch. So I wish I could make it all match, but I can't. And now I feel like there's so many different names for different things. And I'm just like, gosh, I hope people don't get confused.
Yeah. Lando asking about YouTube links to your wrestling matches outside of WWE and like TNA stuff, indie stuff. There's quite a bit of Shelly.
Oh, yeah.
If you search long enough, you can find a ton of videos. We talked about one day, some of them have like 15, 16 million views.
I know.
Matches.
It's crazy. But going back to mystery, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Forgotten.
So, mystery, for some of you that are around the same age of Stoner Jesus and I, back in the day, he was like on, was it MTV or something like that, or E, and he had a show called The Pickup Artist. And what it was is people who typically felt very awkward hitting up girls and going out with girls, shy people, people who deem themselves nerds, whatever. They go on this show to learn how to pick up women from this dude, Mystery. Now, from what I understand, he was a magician in, I think, Canada. Schultz, shout out to my Germany crew. And then, like, he kind of turned it into somehow, I don't know the details of being a pickup artist. And I remember watching the show and I thought it was really interesting because, like, I just love shows like that for the fact of like Tool Academy and the Rock of Love, Flavor of Love, because I love studying other people's behaviors, you know? It's interesting to me. And then, like, sometimes there's people who I relate to. So I'm like, dude, I would have totally did that if I was on that show. So I just like that, you know? That's why I like that trash TV. Same thing with like The Hills and stuff. So I watched it, whatever. And then being a gal here in LA, I kept bumping into him at different things. And I was at this party. Was it a party? Yeah. I was a part of this thing, and I think it was a total scam, dude. It was called the One Contest. And the whole thing was be the one, like the next it girl, right? So it was this whole thing where it seemed pretty legit. Like they had really awesome photographers, and like the first round of like the competition, I guess, was getting submitted and seeing if they pick you. And then the next one was having a photo shoot with them. So I did the photo shoot. That's where some of these nudes that float around that. And here's the thing that sucks about it. I remember being at the shoot, and one of the shoes I brought were like these really cute, like almost like pumps, and they were plaid. So to me, when I'd wear them, it would be like if I wore like a cute little dress and then I'd have those on. It was kind of like a punk rock vibe, you know? And so I had those shoes on, but just that, I was nude. And I remember the photographer was like, "What are you, a Catholic schoolgirl or something? Like those shoes." And he started like shaming my shoes, like they were too, like me being there naked, okay? He said, "I look too like I'm too goody goody because of my shoes." And I'm thinking, I'm naked. How is that? Like I'm naked. My mom would be
Literally
pissed,
there.
right? Yeah, it's like my mom would be pissed if she seen me like that. But this guy's like, "Oh, Miss Goody Two Shoes." So it threw me off. And so when I see those pictures, I hate it because I look scared in them. I'm like I pose really nice, but my face, I'm like, help me. It's so terrible. But
Weird.
anyway,
How you
so
do
go
the
ahead.
same vagina do you have to be to where like you can focus on other things and like be so jaded? I mean, you have to see vagina just like all the time, and you're so desensitized to. You're like, hey, what about these shoes?
And how about this? How about if you're gonna talk shit about my shoes and give me an alternative, bitch? Like, or shut up, or tell me to take them off. Like, ugh, it just threw me off. So I passed the round with my crappy photos, and I got to go to this party. And Mystery was at this party. I don't know why, but he was there. And I remember me, Danielle, and my friend Bob were like making fun of him and like whatever. And then he walks by me and he starts having this conversation with me. And I'm just like, oh God, this douchebag, right? And this is the part that pisses me off the most. So then he sees I'm not buying it. So then he almost goes in a mode like, okay, I can be real with you. I can be myself. And being young, dumb Shelly, like how these groupies feel, I felt all of a sudden like, oh, I'm something special because he's over here telling me like he could just be himself. He doesn't have to be that mystery character because he like that's the vibe I throw and da 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 da. Somehow or another, we end up making out. Now, it pissed me off afterwards. I was like, why did I let that happen? Like, I'm not special. That's his shtick. And I literally just fell for it. And it made me so mad at myself. And then, like a year or so later, I had this other gig. And who was there? Good old mystery. It was the Jeff Dunham show, that guy that does the puppets.
Mhm.
And it was a thing where Mystery was supposed to be showing the puppet how to be do pickup artistry. And so Danielle and I were one of the girls that like whatever. So life presented me the real, I was a true subject. And he was probably there with some of the guy, like from his shows, like, oh, see, watch this girl. Because I was shining him on the whole night. I was just like, I couldn't have any part of him. He just wanted my attention. So he won because for that moment, he made me feel like I was special. And when I sent that to you, I was like, that's a fun little story to throw out there because whatever happened to that dude? I was like, and that's when I was like, what happened to him? And I didn't really find much on him, but I just, I don't know, for the views, thought I'd share that little sick story about when I was an idiot.
Yeah, Wikipedia kind of like peters out, if you will, like 07, 08, 09, like in that area. I used to know a guy in high school. I guess along the same lines. I guess it was his own form of pickup artistry. He always came home with a chick. He always got the bars. He always come home with a chick. Not a special dude, not particularly memorable in any way. And finally, I asked him, obviously, how do you do this? And he literally said, I ask out every single woman at the bar. This is what he's doing all night, going from woman to woman until one bites, and then he goes home with them. And I always thought that just seems so much work. It's not the kind of work that I'm going to put in for something like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the ladies, but and even like high school stoner Jesus, I couldn't muster up that kind of energy. I guess I couldn't be a good pickup artist. Is what it is. Oh, I do have my hold on. My Good Proper Lifestyle book. This is not. I'm looking for advice about pizza eating, but there was none. So screw that. Landon wants to know if we can do a watch along of some of your personal favorite wrestling highlights. That's a good idea for a future show. Definitely to watch Shelly shows. Shelly Rock.
Sorry.
Subscriber Neil has found his way to YouTube, chilling with us as well. Very awesome. Here's an update. I guess I was trying to think of some kind of scoreboard, but that seems impossible. But
Whoa, that's how much you have left?
yeah. You've been talking a lot more, and I've been taking advantage. I've just been sitting here eating.
Look at how much I have left. I'm kicking your ass and telling stories.
Exactly. Now I wish I did have some good pizza-related story, but I don't. The best I had was the guy going to the bar and asking all the chicks.
I wonder if we can get Mystery on the show.
If there's a Twitter, I'll try. Speaking of which, future guests, the tag team that you tweeted out and tagged Stoner Brothers, they should be on next week, so that'll be awesome. You want to see that? Go subscribe on ShellySJSmokeout.com. Of course, the crawl along the bottom gives you all the information you need. After that, these are people that I'm working on. All I will say is I want to surprise Shelly with these people.
Ooh.
Next week is looking good for someone. The week after that, even someone even bigger, I'm hoping. All I will say is that It's people that have been referenced on the show before. That's all. There's dozens of people. There's a few people in the coming weeks. I hope to get on the show and surprise Shelly with that we've referenced on the show before. And the odds are that Shelly has some kind of off relationship with them at some point, because that's people who make it.
Did you get I'm gonna bust?
I wish.
No, he's living the good life now. He doesn't need to be bothered with our nonsense. What was that?
Just for him to come on and tell that story.
I kind of feel like he wouldn't like to tell that story.
Find out if he named his kid Buster.
There goes little Buster.
That's right. That'd be hilarious. Another thing that you mentioned me about was TNA, story back in your time from TNA, and a love triangle you were in. This is stuff you get every week if you're a subscriber. Great stories from Shelly, and occasionally witty comments or whatnot from me.
Okay. I haven't taken a hit for a while because I'm trying to win this pizza challenge. So let me first swallow this so I don't get anything in my bong. Gross. All right. The reason why I brought this up to you is because when I was in the bathroom getting ready, this is a story that bothers me so much. And I feel like if I throw it out there and just be completely honest and transparent in my involvement, that anyone out there that's got their story twisted, or maybe they're telling it right, like they could be like, oh, Shelly said on Smokeout, so here we go. Oh, that wasn't good. Or was it? Whoo!
Hey, you throw up, I win. Even though I'm fine.
No, it's not that. It's, man, I had that tincture smoking. I'm an alien.
That's right.
That's a lot.
Again, for the people come join us.
So, when I was in TNA, just to paint the picture a little bit brighter, I guess, or more detailed, you guys got to understand something. Like, when I got fired from WWE, I went from WWE straight to TNA after my no complete clause was over. So the thing is like, I had so much fun in TNA. You know, it wasn't always perfect, but I had a lot of fun, and like looking back at it as a whole. And at the same time, it was a really dark time for me too, because I felt like I worked so hard to get to WWE. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I kind of felt like, oh, this thing that I worked to get now has been taken from me for some like BS reasons. Like, whatever. Like, I kind of almost felt like all these people that have issues with me, that like don't like that I say whatever, why can't they just man up and come to my face and like tell me to my face? Like, why is it got to be a little bitching out like that and then I get fired? So I felt very like, oh, it was just so personal. And even though I was having so much fun, it was like, I'm so grateful that TNA was right after, because I feel that really helped me at least not lose my passion for wrestling. It allowed me to still be the performer that I was, but I got to be a completely different role. So that was really awesome too. That like, it's like, it was so so opposite of what I was doing at WWE, that like, it was a good distraction. And earlier on my Regal Beagle, I was talking about it a little bit, and I said, you know, if you think about like my wrestling career like a boyfriend, right? It's like WWE was like my first love, and my first love broke my heart. So TNA was like that rebound that like reminded me of like all the fun that's still in life, that like maybe my past relationship kind of like got me a little jaded from because of all the negativity. So that's kind of how I look at TNA, was like it was my rebound, because that's where it was in my head. You know, I'd have my good days, I have my bad, I try to stay positive. And all along all that, I was meeting new people there, because I knew some people there, but for the majority of the people that were in there, like I've never really shared a locker room with them. I mean, I knew who they were because I've seen them on TV before, but like whatever. So there was these two guys, and they were really good friends, and everyone knew it. They're like two peas in a pod. And I had a lot in common with these two, you know, and they were like total BFF. I'm sure they still are. And so it made sense to me that I got along so well with both of them. And there was one in particular that I was just really like, wow, like this guy's really awesome. Like these guys are both awesome, but this guy's like really awesome. And we kind of talked, whatever, whatever. But what was interesting is we would talk at work, and we ended up hooking up after hours. And the thing was, is I didn't understand that why on like our off days, he didn't ever really hit me up or anything, but his buddy would. Because at first, you had to understand, we were all friends, right? And so I crossed that line with that one. And then I was like, does he not like me? Like, am I just like one of his rats? Like, no, like, oh my gosh, like, no. And then the way it seemed at that time, because of the way his friend would text me and talk to me, it made me feel kind of like I was just watching earlier Friends, and it was the episode where Joey and Ross um, end up swapping who they're with, pretty much, long story short, because the person that they were with originally, they realized wasn't a good match for them. So I thought maybe it was kind of having that moment, that Ross Joey moment. And I felt like, wow, like, does the guy that I've been hooking up with, does he just, all he cares about is just sleeping with me? But like, I don't know. So it became this whole thing. And then me and the friend weren't hooking up anymore. And it was really weird because nothing was ever talked about. He just kind of like avoided me at work and stuff. And I was just like, all right. And so his friend would write to me, talk to me. So I'm over here falling for his friend because I'm like butthurt that the other guy kind of like rejected me in my head. That's what I'm thinking. Whereas his friend, I'm like, crap, I should have just hooked up with him. But there was, he had a girlfriend. And so I always knew that was off limits. But the thing is, at the beginning, I liked that original guy so much more. Like, I liked him so much. And I know this was probably sick of me, but he reminded me a lot of my first love that I had, that, and it did happen when I was during my WWE time. So like he reminded me a lot of that guy. So I don't know, maybe I was being sick about it, but I liked him a lot, you know? And then I started seeing somebody else that was a musician. And at this point, I was like, okay, I like the other guy. Like, what do I do now? And it was so weird because after shows, we would all hang out and we'd all be drinking and smoking. And I'd always be with the friend all the time. We'd always be together. And I remember there was a time we were all walking and we were holding hands. And I was just like, it was weird. And there was a night, and this is the thing that people gossip about. So I'm here to set the record straight. I'm saying it on this episode because this is a free episode. And so people who normally maybe wouldn't see it or may be able to see it. So in my eyes, the guy didn't like me. That's why it was like that. And so we're all in this room, and I hate to throw myself in blast, but this is what happened. So I was on the floor with the friend, and we were all like cuddle, cuddle, whatever. And then it seemed like we were going to kiss. And when it seemed like we were going to kiss, he just grabbed my head and put it down to his dick. And so
Smooth.
I bobbed up and down twice. And he pulled me back up. And then I realized what had happened, right? Now, I'm not saying this guy took advantage of me. Like, it wasn't that. Like, it was whatever. I had the moment of clarity of he has a girlfriend and we're not in here alone. And that original guy that I was hooking up with is in here. And I look up and he's looking at us. And I was like, but he didn't like me. But he didn't like me. But this still doesn't mean, and I felt like such a complete asshole. I was like, I felt so terrible about that. And I carried that with me for years until me and that guy, the friend or the original guy, we were on a show together in Arizona. And I told him like where I was coming from, and I never meant to like whatever. And I really liked him and the whole thing. So we ended up being cool about it. But where people gossip is they're like, "Oh, did you hear that Shelly?" Like, because here's the thing: I was really good friends with this gal who is a fan of wrestling, but she has connections with a lot of wrestlers, so she knows a lot of wrestlers. And she told me, she was like, yeah, so and so told me, like, oh, did you hear that Shelly was going down on so and so, and everyone was in the room. So the way they were trying to make it sound was like, I was like, hey guys, I'm just gonna do this now, and it wasn't that. And when she told me that, it upset me so much because at that point when she told me that, I had already like made my peace with the original guy that I liked so much. So I was like kind of re-mad about it. I was like, wait, what? That's not how it was. And it made me like feel like that's part of like maybe that's why there's like these weird stories that kind of like people don't really know what's going on. And it made me look back at the whole situation and I was like, so is this just what these guys did? Like, because I had heard that they had hooked up with the same girls before, like not at the same time, but like they've hooked up with the same girls before. And so I was just like, so am I the asshole? And that's just like whatever. And it just really didn't sit with me well. And ever since she's told me that, it's bothered me that people are out there just being like, oh, did you hear that Shelly, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no. And now saying it, the whole story out loud, because I was thinking about this story. I wasn't going to bring it up. Like, I wasn't like, oh, what am I going to talk about? It just literally bothers me a lot, like this situation. And so I was just like, now that I'm saying it out loud to you, though, it's like that the friend, he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Mhm.
And I think he's an asshole. And like, sometimes when he pops up on my feed, because he still wrestles, I'm just like, and maybe that's why it kind of has stuck with me for all these years because people do retweet him or he's on flyers or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, or even when I see the good one, the good one, I'll just be like, man, that whole situation, like, oh my gosh.
Wonder if we get them on the show.
No, there's no way. There's no way because if we had just the good one, people would be able to know exactly who the friend is.
Mhm.
And I'm sure the friend's chick, because I'm pretty sure they're still together. They might even be married. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, that ain't happening.
Those of you just joining us, this is a free episode, our second free episode ever of Smokeout with Shelly and SJ. ShellySJSmokeout.com to subscribe. You can do this every week with us. We're not always eating pizza, we're doing other things. We are always smoking weed, hence the name Smokeout. Update on the pizza. I reached my limit quite a while back, so I'm going to officially tap out because I don't
All
want to.
right. I don't
But
want you to either.
here's what I ended with. I actually did better than I thought I would. Whoops. Don't go on the floor. So there we go. So you assholes online, troll who don't, well, not only don't think I'm hot, but didn't think I could beat Shelly in a pizza eating contest, you were right. And there's your gold star for the night. All you Twitter people that voted against me. It's fine. I will find out your names and act accordingly. That's right, leftover pizza, cold pizza.
That's always the best.
I got this pizza about, I guess at this point, about 4 or 5 hours ago, because I wasn't worried about being hot or anything. It's just cold pizza is awesome. But I definitely ate way more than I should have. And this is about the time when my stomach's like, motherfucker, what is this? What do we got?
Well,
What
this
are
is
you
where
doing?
I'm at. Hold
The
on. I'm
pizza?
gonna just move the pizza because last time I have four squares left.
Yeah, I'm sure you can eat that.
Oh yeah, I didn't say I quit.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely. I probably should have said it 20 minutes ago, but we gotta build the suspense. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
About 20 minutes into the show.
Here's the thing, like I had mentioned last week's show, I think it was. Um, Back in the day, in my Kentucky days, my good old Kentucky days, um, I used to go hang out at my homie's house, and it would be a group of us. And when I knew that we were going to order Papa John's pizza, we would get a thin crust and those breadsticks because they're the bomb. And when I knew this was going to be one of those days, all I would eat all day was egg whites and protein shakes. So you bet your sweet ass that's all I ate today was egg whites and a protein shake. But here's what's so fun about it, Stoner Jesus. It made me feel like this. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. It made me feel like this Shelly that because there I was. I just sat there and smiled that I was making my eggs and I was shaking my protein shake. And I was like, this is like back in the day. And like, here we sit here, we chat, we laugh, we bust each other's balls, we smoke, like, we interact with the fans. It's awesome. But like, it just really brought back that piece of me. And I'm just like, I think it's really cool. And I just love what we're doing over here.
That's right. We're not done yet. We may be old, but we're still here doing what we need to do.
Oh,
For
absolutely.
you whippersnappers out there who are watching us. Again, free episode of the show. There you go. ShellySJSmokeout.com to subscribe. We do this every week. You can come on here, smoke with us, interact, whatever. I said, big guests coming in the future. One
I
pretty
look
much,
forward to it.
the other one I'm working on.
Get him. Get him. So I just wanted to share. I talked about this on my Regal Beagle. Um, I have this machine. You probably have heard of it, the magic butter machine. Have you heard of that one? Well, I have it, use it, made a tincture. And so this is the tincture that we made. And it's pretty, pretty, pretty good.
For those wondering, and I know that people have been wondering throughout the entire show, when are you going to get to the update on the Instagram follower battle? Well, just calm down. I'm getting to it now. All up in my shit. Shelly's Foot Club officially has 253 followers. Our hashtags defeat the feet and boycott Shelly's feet on Twitter. Really, I think, really turning the tide. Shelly actually smoked out 165 followers, so the gap is still 88, like it was last week. I really need to get to posting more videos and stuff on the old Instagram.
Yeah, I need to send you some stuff. I wanted to shoot some stuff with this, but I don't know if that's going to happen tonight because, oh, you know what? I don't even feel too even bloated. All right. Hey, maybe you'll get a little alien Shelly action tonight.
Something for everybody to look forward to. There you
I
go.
know. This hot sauce is kicking my ass.
Lando wants to know, when is the SJ hot tub pool stream coming? I don't know. Once I get me a hot tub or a pool.
I think Lando is offering to buy us a hot tub and or pool.
Bring it on. I'll get my PayPal address. I'll get a hot tub nude next week.
You got to wear those pasties. Don't be giving it away like that.
In the meantime, I'll get one of those kiddie pools. I'll stream from that. And that'd be fun.
I was thinking of getting one this summer. It's lots of fun things I can shoot with the little kiddie pool.
Stream all day.
All day long. Ooh, this hot sauce.
Kiddie Pool stream. Go
And
check it out.
here's for some more shock value because I have to use shock value to get the views. Okay,
Don't we all?
so something that I think is so hilarious is when I first got with Metal Jesus. Like I love hot sauce. I always have it. I put it on almost everything. And we had eaten, and I put a lot of hot sauce in what I was eating, and then we started messing around. And he said that when I went down on him, he could feel the hot sauce like kind of sensation. So gals out there or fellas, just be careful when you're eating your hot sauce and being romantic.
Absolutely.
Man, I just love that forbidden fruit. I wish it would be okay that if I sent you some tincture that I made because I think you'd enjoy it.
Yep. Unfortunately, the area I live in sucks for that. Kentucky still struggles every day just getting medical marijuana in front of the legislature in Frankfurt. It is what it is. Things are changing. Hell, Amazon's for legalization now.
Is that right?
Yep. In 10 years, we'll be buying weed on Amazon, having drones bring it to us.
No, I don't want those drones.
You in order with a drone?
I don't like drones. I don't like them. I don't. It's just the beginning of freaking Terminator, man. Like, don't you guys watch Terminator? Like, hello, Miles Dyson. What's worse is freaking Stoner Jesus. Let me tell you what's the worst thing about my life. Are you ready for this? I am so anti Skynet, yet who works for Skynet? Metal Jesus. He freaking works for Skynet. It's like, now they really got me now. Why do you think I'm wearing this? This is really not a costume, people. This is who I've become.
That's right. Neil asking about Scotty Too Hottie. Did you ever hang out with him? No.
I freaking love Scotty Too Hottie. I haven't hung out with him like a crazy amount of time. But when we have hung out, our conversations have been so amazing. And there's been times where he's been down in his life and we've had conversations and vice versa. And he is somebody that like I can just genuinely say like I really like him a lot. I really do. And to be honest with you, like thinking back right now, I can't even tell you like as far as I'm concerned, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about him, you know. You always kind of hear like even if you're just kind of walking by and you hear like a conversation going on, you can't help but hear what they're saying. You hear people say, "Oh, you know, these little things." You kind of piece together what's what or whatever. But like I've never heard anyone gossip about Scotty Too Hottie, and he was always been so respectful. And he and I, like I said, we've had some very powerful conversations, and I'll just never forget that because back in the Attitude Era, freaking, I love Scotty Too Hottie. He was awesome. And the fact that, like, I shared a locker room with him, and then I got to, like, be behind the curtain and see that transformation happen, and then I end up having these rad conversations with him about real life and real issues and some realness. Like, you know, I've talked about before when I was trying to heal from wrestling, it was really hard to find people talk about whether it was in podcasts or in person or on YouTube. It's like when they would vent, it would always be like negative and bitter, and that wasn't what I was searching for. And Scotty and Francine are honestly like the only people that gave me that like, "Hey, I get it. I know what you're going through. It's going to be all right. Here's how I can relate." And then they've gone there with me. And I think that's freaking awesome. Especially if it's I'm glad this brought up because especially with Scotty because like right now saying all this out loud and realizing it, because like sometimes you just don't think about something unless maybe someone asks you a question. So like I needed to be reminded that there are good men in wrestling. And I know a lot of people have things to say about Val and whatever, and that's fine. But who he is to me personally and my interactions with him and my behind the scenes conversations with him, he's another one that like and we had him on our show. Like, you guys got to check it out. It was a really good one. And like, I I'm really trying to, every time I feel negative about a situation or whatever, I'm trying to find what I'm grateful for out of it. So recently I've been really trying to think about all the grateful things that I feel from wrestling, you know? And one of the things that's been hard for me is like, man, I've been so disappointed with all these guys that I thought were really good guys, like the very few far between guys. And then life happens and I'm like, oh man, I didn't think you were like that, dude. So I needed that reminder. And I think it's cool that I have not one, but two, Scotty Too Hottie and Val Venus.
Yeah, I know people watch a lot of people watching this follow wrestling and have noticed probably, and it's been trending on Twitter as well, the huge releases the WWE's making, gutting a lot of the parts of their roster, which seems weird. But it's great for fans of like AEW because AEW is going to have a chance to pick up a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't have.
But that's good. That's good, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing, point in case, what happened to me, right? Man, this is really, hold on. Oh, God. Oh, it's even making me start to stand like this, and I don't like that. I gotta stand like Wonder Woman over here. So, you know, point in case, what I just said about TNA, right? Like, even though it was a hard thing for me to filter through, like how everything went down in WWE with me, um, it's like I would have never been Selena's if I didn't get fired at that time. And if I didn't get fired at that time and wasn't Selena's, they would have put another girl there. I can proudly say I'm the first female that was in LAX. And I'm proud of that because the way the three of us connected with the effing fans, because that is what it's all about, is the effing fans. The way that audience just was like felt our energy and we felt theirs, like it was effing amazing. It was amazing. And it allowed me to really embrace being a proud Mexican. Because growing up, like my dad's mom is white or was white, and his dad was Mexican and Spanish. So growing up, a lot of my cousins would be like, "Oh, watch, Shelly's gonna marry a white boy. Oh, watch. Oh, Shelly's like, oh, she's all whitewashed and this and that." So when I was Selena's, it really allowed me to be like, "Oh well, bitches." And when I was Selena's, my inspiration was mocking my cousins that used to give me a hard time. And by me mocking my cousins, this Selena's came alive, this character that people were just like, yeah. And for me, it was really like mimicking what I saw growing up and how that made me feel and how that is a part of me. But I tame it down when I deal in life. Sometimes it comes out, but it really helped me embrace being that powerful, the powerful freaking damn it Latina that I am, because my family just made me feel so like I wasn't Mexican enough. So I wouldn't have been able to have that cool moment if I didn't get fired. So I'm trying to like remind people that like, yes, feel disappointed, be angry. Like it's what you need to do. I've been there. But I'm trying to get the word out there. It's like it's gonna be all right because as I've said on our show before, I know how you feel. I just was fired a long ass time ago. So I've had a lot of years to pick myself up and reevaluate wrestling, what it is, what it was, and what it's become in my life. And it just makes me sad when I see these people feel so defeated that they feel they're not validated anymore because WWE doesn't want them. And it's like, dude, no. Like, you made your character alive there. They didn't have anything to do. They gave you the opportunity. So, respect. Yes, thank you. But you made it happen. You made those characters come alive. You did. So now take that and go make money somewhere else. And guess what? You're going to have all these different other opportunities. You're going to wrestle people who you would have never wrestled before. And you're going to grow as a performer because now you know how it feels to wrestle with someone like that. You never even wrestled with someone like that before. And you get to own your craft and refine it more. Like, it's amazing. You get to meet your fans on a completely different level. And those are the reminders of you are good enough. Because the more I did indies, the more I realized I made Salinas alive. I made Ariel alive. WWE just gave me a chance to showcase what I got, and so did TNA. And that's what these wrestlers don't understand. And I get it. When you're feeling it, you don't even want to hear it. But I want to go on record and say that. So when they're looking for some peace of mind of, I just want to feel like I know I'm worth it, but they fired me, and like, and then they come across crazy ass alien Shelly, and I'm here to say, yes, bitch, you are worth it. And that's what gets me. And yesterday, my friend Ryan Reeves, which, by the way, he used to be a part of that little Papa John's pizza action, and he had said something to the effect of like, there's no negative that came out of this, and how he was excited to see what was next because he gets it. He has his story and his ups and downs with all of that. And then I retweeted him, and people were like, how can you say that? And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you don't get it. So go ahead and be mad. That's fine. And I get it. But you don't understand how it is when you're living in Oz. You're not wanting to go in the land of Oz. You live there. So no. And I really hope that the people who've gotten released, whatever their story is, my prayer for them is just that they are reminded that they are their creator of their characters. And because I saw something like one of the guys that got released, I guess when the corona hit, he like kind of talked crap about indie wrestlers or something like that. I don't know. I kind of just skimmed through it. But it's like, so people are kind of like, oh, it's karma. And it's like, dude, come on, no. Okay, fine, maybe. But like, hopefully that'll humble this guy so he will not speak before thinking, because now he knows how it feels.
I will say, if you just got released from the WWE, don't do a interactive video show like on OnlyFans or whatever where you smoke with people. That's what we do. So don't steal that.
They
Don't
won't. They won't.
Neil asking about Charles Wright, aka the Godfather. Have you ever had any interactions with him?
Yeah, not much. He was always super cool to me. I got to be a part of the Ho Train once at an independent show. That was awesome. I've smoked with him on many occasions, but here's a good story for everyone. So before WrestleCon was WrestleCon, it was called Wrestle Reunion, for those of you who remember. And one of the last ones they had was in LA. And they were in town. I was doing the slouching again. They were in town. Let me see if I can stretch this again. Oh! So they were in LA, and it was like Danielle's birthday weekend. And so I was like, yes, let's just stay at the hotel for the weekend. It's going to be great. And we did. And it was so awesome. And my uncle Isaac, from my dad's side, he was doing security there. And I had no idea. I was like, freaking Uncle Isaac, what's up? I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm head of this security, da da da. And so later in the evening, he comes up to the booth to me and Danielle. He was like, hey, I have a friend and his guy isn't coming through. Do you think after like we wrap up here, you can help my friend out? I'm like, yeah, totally. So we're wrapping things up. Danielle and I are in the elevator with a bunch of people that we knew. And all of a sudden, this like mob of people start coming. They're going, Shelly, Danielle, Shelly, Danielle. And we're like, what the hell's going on? It was this group of aggressive people. And then people like pulled me and Danielle out of the elevator. And all of our friends are looking at us like, what the hell? All of a sudden, I look, it's freaking Uncle Isaac. And next to him is Mike Tyson. And we're his friend that he wanted me to help out was Mike Tyson. I was like, wait, what? So it was his posse, his security escorting us all to his room. And we smoked there, and Godfather was there. And that's like my moment I feel like I had with the Godfather. We didn't have any deep conversation or anything. I did have a deep conversation with Mike Tyson though. And I
You might have.
remember Mike Tyson, I had a very deep conversation with him. And we were smoking some good, because here's the thing, his guy ended up coming through. So because his guy came through, they invited me and Danielle to like hang out. And so we were, I don't know if it was the sativa or what, dude, but we were amped. And then I just remember Mike Tyson was just going like this. He's like, I don't know. I just feel like I could talk to you. Like I could trust you. And I was like, what is happening right now? And what's so funny is
Huh.
the company that throws on the convention, I won't say their names. The guy that's in charge, he was bitching, saying, "Oh, on I think it was like the fourth floor." He's like, "Oh, the fourth floor, Shelly Martinez smoked it all up, and it smelled like pot all night." And when it got back to me, I said, "That was Mike Tyson's room. I was not on that floor." So there was this whole thing. Oh, Shelly Martinez stunk it up, but when everyone found out it was Mike Tyson, it was okay. And I'm just like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So that's my Godfather slash Mike Tyson story in the sense of like anytime other than that, it's just kind of been like, hey, how's it going? Or whatever. Again,
Yeah.
super nice, but we've never been like, oh, like how I was with Mike Tyson that night.
Here's a name I haven't heard in a while. Big time Brian wants to know if you ever met Hornswoggle.
Yes.
See, Shelly has stories about everybody, even a Hornswoggle story, which I wouldn't have thought was possible. That's a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Okay. So I didn't really know him so very well when I was working with him. Um, I always thought, okay, cool, whatever. Hey, how's it going? Gave him hugs when I saw him. And then, like always, it just gets back to me how he just was talking shit about me and saying all this stuff about me.
Not Hornswoggle.
And I want to say, I think it was even brought up to me by a fan that he put me in a hoe bag with those people that do that, which by the way, I've commented on their thing. I was like, I'd like to be on your show. They never say anything. So I don't know, dude.
We'll get us,
Whatever. What was that?
we'll get us a hoe bag. Right.
But
Going on the
that's
hoe.
the but that's the thing. I would never want to put somebody in the hoe bag, even if they were if they're hoeing it up, that's their business, like whatever. But anyways, so when I heard about Hornswoggle saying like talking shit about me, I was like, dude, what did I ever do to Hornswoggle? Like, what the hell? Like, I barely even know him. Like, whatever. So ever since then, I just don't like him, and I get a bad vibe, and it's probably because. But here's the thing. I was feeling the bad vibe before I was told this. And I was told by different people who aren't even friends on different occasions because when they brought him up, I was like, you know, he was always really cool with me, but I just get a weird vibe from him like lately or the last few years. And they were like, oh, you didn't know? Like he said this and that about you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that explains it then.
Neil asking about Carlito. Here he was quite the ladies' man.
I'm just going to say this. When I was in a room, I believe it was in Carolina, with a bunch of people including Amber O'Neill, Karen Helms, Shane Helms' wife, Shane Helms, and a couple other people. Carlito came up, and that night I told him exactly how I felt about him, and I just want to leave it at that. He knows how I feel about him. I said it that night in particular, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
I'll tweet him later. See if he wants to come on the show.
Don't even bother. That's how strongly I feel about him. No. He can kiss my no, I'm not gonna say anything. No. Okay, that's just I've told him how I felt.
So
That's
fuck you,
it.
Carlito, and
Pretty
fuck
much.
you bitches.
Exactly. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for bringing the party down, Neil. I got 2 pieces left.
No. Yolanda pointed out earlier that I'm very close to like being done with mine. But I've learned over the years that that's something you don't push. I already pushed it a lot, which I'm going to pay for at some point in the next 12 hours. That's fine. It's for the content. It's for you people who want to see me eat a lot of pizza.
Let me tell you something. I started up doing my Teamy Blends tea. It's a detox. And I was like, you know what? It'll be a good idea to like do the PM, which is the poop tea. It helps your digestive system. I was like, it'll be perfect after the thing, but I put so much hot sauce on this. I think I should not drink that tea because I know that this hot sauce is going to do its job naturally. So I'm just needing to remind myself, do not drink the poop tea tonight because it's not needed.
It's a lot of pooping.
I'm shitty Shelly. I poop a lot, but I used to not poop. That's the thing. I used to always be constipated, and at least I know that like I take trips to the bathroom. It's usually during the day, and there's long sessions. I'm like Al Bundy about it, but I'm super grateful for it because there was times where it was very uncomfortable, and I just couldn't ever go. It sucked. So I am proudly shitty Shelly.
That's right. As I often say, better out than in.
Exactly. Sometimes it only works out, not in.
That's right. Nando wanting to know about some of the amazing people you have worked with, not assholes like Carlito or Hornswoggle.
Not my words.
The young
Not my words. You know, let's go back to Kentucky because it always goes back to Kentucky. I really loved working with Beth. I loved working with her, whether we were teaming up or we were against each other. And I'm a really huge fan. Even before I got into wrestling, and I was just a fan. I loved when you would have these people that would feud and then something would happen that's so super relatable and then they buddy up and you get it and you accept it. And then, oh, the turn, and then they fight again. And it goes back and forth, back and forth. So the people that I have that kind of magic with, like, that's my favorite. So those people are Beth Phoenix, Serena Deeb, Angelina Love. Let's see who else. There's so many girls. I'm just drawing a blank right now. There's this gal Barbie who she's in like the like not east, but like Massachusettsy area. I had so much fun with her. Oh my gosh, Rebby Sky. Oh my God. Like in a different world, we would have had that marriage of being teamed up together, being super Latina, spicy girls together, and then turning on each other. Like that would have been so awesome. Let's see here. Roxy from TNA. Let's see here. I didn't really get to work with ODB too much. I mean, we were really good friends during my time in TNA, but I never really got to work with her. I did get in the ring with her a little bit in Kentucky. I think we could have had some good stuff, like for sure. Um, let's see here. Oh, I know I'm missing so many girls because like on the indies, man, like I had so many awesome matches. Like, oh, my homegirl, Mariah Moreno, she's one of my favorite people to work. She's a transgender wrestler and she's been doing it for a really long time. She's like one of the first like to really like totally in the indie scene be the transgender wrestler. Um, so what was cool is that she was inspired by me before meeting me and my Ariel character. So like it's crazy how we became homegirls and then like we started wrestling each other and like dude, we have torn the house down. Like places where fans like are so hard to get like to clap or anything. It's just like, dude, I'm killing myself over here. Like clap. Um and we've killed it. Brittany Wonder, over there at Hood Slam. I've had so many and the thing is like it goes down to trust. When you really trust somebody, and when you trust somebody, and then you trust them and you train with them, like that's like a really like good cocktail for an amazing time in the ring. Like it's just like it's just like playing with your friends. What is that noise? Okay, it's gone. But somebody said Tracy Brooks. We've had a couple matches. Not too many. I think we could have been cute together. I think me and Christy Hemme would have been cute together. I had a really awesome match with her at OVW where people like infamously will be like, oh my God, I can't believe there's this picture that they always put and it's like I'm stretching her out and this crazy stretch because she's real bendy. Good for her husband. She's real bendy. And it was really fun working with her. And when we were in TNA, we actually tried to pitch her and I being a tag team. And sometimes I wonder if that's why Homicide and Hernandez like kind of got mad at me. Like they felt like I was going behind their back and trying to like get out of the group. But like on the record here on like the free stream, I think about that too a lot. And I wish if that was the case, they would have said something because at that point, that's when I realized that they would have little meetings without me and they would like know what's going on and they wouldn't like include me in it. So I was already feeling like, oh, then why do this? Like now I feel like an idiot, like kind of thing. So, anyways, um, they denied it though. But imagine you guys, me and Christy Hemme, we're gonna call ourselves the Rock Dolls and we were gonna be like these like Rock of Love kind of like reject girls. It would have been awesome.
So unfortunately, we don't have a trophy or even a belt or anything of that nature for your pizza challenge win, which is a shame. Lack of forethought on my part, but that's fine. It is what it is. Everybody knows it. The free stream, everybody saw the champion. Maybe it's something where we can get other people, other opponents to come on and challenge Shelly for the non-existent pizza eating belt. Your outfit will be the championship. And if they beat you, whoever beats you, they have to wear it until they lose.
I think we need to get you a costume. That maybe will give you that extra push next time.
That's right. Some pizza-related superhero type of thing.
No, this actual outfit.
Very restrictive. My chest area.
I think it'll look cute on you.
So there you go. You just go subscribe. ShellySJSmokeout.com on OnlyFans and Patreon. You can join us each week. Blaze with us. Whatever. Kind of like everybody was doing on with the comments and stuff. When you're a subscriber, you come in here when we're recording the show. You can talk directly to us and be part of the inclusive little community. You can still be an OG. If you subscribe now, far in the future, when we've been doing this for very many years, you still describe yourself to people and put it in your Twitter bio or whatever that you were an OG.
Mm-hmm.
Workout with Shelly and SJ. So get to it.
Get to it, bitches.
Big guest Another free episode in July with the Home Alone screening that we couldn't do back in the day because of technical issues. Should be able to do a StreamYard. Hopefully. It's working pretty well so far.
I like it. I'm really grateful that so far so good that it goes to the Twitter feed.
Absolutely.
Like Periscope did. And that's the thing. It's like it still has the Periscope like logo and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like what's the difference, you jerks? You just trying to
Same format
regulate?
and everything. It was exactly the same. It's just now they call it Twitter Live.
Like just say we changed the name. What's wrong with that?
Neil says she have hot food eating contests with both you and Shelly versus guests. No, I mean if anybody wants to challenge us, I mean I guess something we can consider.
In the hot department, I'm like, first of all, I have 1 square left. And I knew that would be the case. I knew I'd be able to eat all this. Like, it's fine. Because again, I am Shelly and I love to eat. But in the hot department, I feel my tolerance is huge. You know, like I'm sitting over here sweating, but I'm fine. Like Danielle trips out on me sometimes when I've had like ghost pepper, and I'll just be talking to her like normal. She'd be like, "Oh my god, you're dripping sweat." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." It's just like, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
My
I don't
tolerance
know.
is almost non-existent.
I thought so.
Yeah. So if you can go back on Periscope and find my Silk City hot sauce eating, I tried like all 7 sauces on like 7 different chicken wings. It was intense. It was an intense thing. My many great video performances online.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I know my friend Ryback, he does a lot of crazy hot challenges, and he's even done them to where it's so hot that like he effed himself up. Like, and he'll even say, like, don't do that one because it's not good. Like, you know? And
Yeah.
so I feel like what most people think is hot, I think is good. So to get me to really think something's hot, like, and that's why I understand why Ryan went overboard, because once your palate just gets used to hot peppers, it's like you just get used to it. It's like nothing. Like sometimes I'll even have to take a break from this because I'm like, it's not even hot anymore. And it's like, oh, I need to switch it up. And that's when I do the Trader Joe's one. But I feel that's why I'm good at doing those little challenges. Like I did one that was like the hot noodles that everyone on YouTube was doing. And at the time I had a guy that was trying to help me like organize my YouTube and everything. He's my YouTube manager. And he was like, "I watched your video. How are you you barely took any drinks and you were good." And I was like, "Dude, I was sweating." And it's like I feel like there's a talent there within me with doing these challenges because I'm really effing good at it. Because I'm not saying it's not hot. I'm just saying I can hang with it.
Hey, I put the call out there on Twitter. Anyone who wants to challenge Shelly to some sort of hot food contest, I don't know. We'll come up with a better name, a better title to tease it. Hot food.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Neil, loving the outfit. You get different outfits for different foods. Like if it's a chicken wing thing, you get an outfit with a chicken wing on it.
Duh.
That's right.
Duh.
Again, you can always go the route of just being a big chicken wing. So those outfits are
but,
available.
but we need the views.
That's right.
Remember my smashed boobs? These poor things. They need to breathe. And the worst part is, after I'm done with this, I got to take pictures and stuff. So they're not going to be able to breathe yet. But they're real sweaty. Oh my gosh. See what you're missing out on. And A, you in the back judging me, Sally. I know. But hey, it's cute, right?
Subscribe. You get this each week.
The last piece. This is to you, Stoner Jesus.
Again, wish we had some sort of trophy or something.
It's okay. I have this trophy, so.
That's right. Neil asking why you stopped working with YouTube Manager. I don't know exactly what that means.
Because I realized I'm just going to do it myself. I'm
There you
sure he could put the right hashtags and all that, but like,
Hmm.
I just am not. Here's the thing. I wish it wouldn't go into my budget to have someone do that for me because I know hashtags are important, but it's just like buy more medication or pay the YouTube guy. I'm going to buy more medication. So sorry, YouTube guy. I'm not quite there yet to where, and he gave me a good deal. I'm not saying he gave me a very good deal. He was giving me the hookups. But still, I don't make enough yet for that to be something that I can budget every month because if I'm
Yeah,
having that money extra every month, it's going to go to buying more medication at the dispensary. So
that's right. It's always a good investment.
it is.
You invest in yourself.
And then some would say, but if you pay the YouTube guy and he gets you more views and your thing gets monetized, then you can have more money to do that. But I waited out and I was like, you know what? I'll get myself there. It might take a little longer, but in the meantime, I won't have to be rationing my medication. I don't want to ration it. I want to know that if I'm having a bad day, it's there and I'm not going to feel guilty for smoking like a whole eighth the entire day.
That's right. And who knows? You put all the time and effort and money into it, and then one day YouTube's just like, you know what? We don't like you anymore. We're taking your channel down.
Mm-hmm.
You're done.
So that's what's here. The last bite, you guys. Whoo. Okay, here we go.
90 minutes into the show. Official. Make it official.
I probably shouldn't shake right now. My stomach made this really weird noise.
So again, go subscribe. You can't stress that enough. So we do this each week. We don't do the free shows all the time, but you can chill with us every single week. For the shenanigans, the tomfoolery, all that stuff that goes on.
And if you guys need me, I'm going to be in the bathroom because I already feel it coming. Here's the thing. When I eat something crazy like this, like a big meal in the evening, shortly after I'm done, I'm like, oh, easy come, easy go. And Metal Jesus will always be like, it takes a while for food to digest. I'm like, dude, that's what's up. Watch. I just ate a hearty meal with a salad, and a salad's going to come out. Watch. And sure enough, there's that salad. So you tell me. I don't know. But I feel it. And then I'm going to feel good.
Feeling of a winner. Shelly Martinez.
I am the champion. I am the
don't have music or
champion.
Nothing.
Oh, I am the champion of the world. Because I'm an alien, get it?
If you want to challenge Shelly, let me know. Hot food contest thingy. That's the title we're going with now. That's what it's going to be called.
I was going to light my bong with my lip gloss
Oh, another classic.
in the books. What?
Said thank you, Shelly.
Oh.
And next week, Stoner Brothers tag team should be on the show. It'd be awesome. Go subscribe, like I said.
All right.
Damn it.
I'll see you next time. Adios.
See ya.